Whether it be north, south, east or west, all roads lead to Birdsville. Let's start our journey by travelling from Maori in the south up the Birdsville track. About halfway up the track you come to the Mungarani Hotel. This is a great watering hole and overnight stop, as well as the only fuel supply on the track. Depending on when you are travelling, the track can be hot and dusty, or on the other hand it can be bogged up with floodwaters covering the track. There are times when the track will be closed due to the rain. If the track is reasonably dry, it can be done in high clearance two-wheel drive with heavy duty tyres, otherwise four-wheel drive is a must. Extreme care is required when travelling out here. If help is needed, it can be a long way away. A satellite phone is advisable out in these parts. Hey, we made it down the Birdsville track. Hooray! 530 kilometres of corrugated, rough,
muddy,
gravelly,
sandy
track. But we finally made it. Wow.
Yes. You mean to say we've made the Birdsville track in that?
Yes. We've made the Birdsville track in that. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota. Hey. Coming in from the west, you travel across the Simpson Desert. This is not for the faint-hearted, and you must be well prepared with good, reliable four-wheel drive vehicle. Be well stocked up with food, water and fuel, and travel in convoy with others in case of emergency. Satellite phones are a must. There are no fuel stops along the way, and you are required to obtain a Desert Parks pass before starting out on this journey. The Simpson Desert is closed during the summer months when temperatures can get up around 50 degrees centigrade. It covers an area of some 170,000 square kilometres. There are around 1,100 sand dunes to cross the desert, the largest being on the eastern side at what is known as Big Red, about 30 kilometres out from Birdsville, at about 40 metres high. Many adventurers travel out to Big Red simply for the challenge of making it up and over the top of Big Red. Many also go out simply for the entertainment of watching the four-wheel drivers put their vehicles through their paces.
To the centre of Australia. I'm sitting on top of Big Red. I'm thoroughly enjoying the Simpson Desert. Wow.
Coming in from the north, you will pass through the town of Bhaduri on a good sealed road. If you are lucky enough to be passing through Bhaduri in July, make a point of stopping for the camel races, which are a great country event with several thousand people attending for the day. It's not only the camel races, but also wood chopping, damper cooking competitions, foot races and entertainment at night that adds to the atmosphere. Camping is allowed out at the track during the weekend. From the east, you will cross Coopers Creek and Windora where you can stock up on fuel and food before passing through the deserted town of Battuta. The pub here has been closed for several years. The road to Birdsville is mostly unsealed and can be rough and corrugated if it has not been graded recently. Please drive with care when travelling in these parts, particularly at night. The roads are unfenced and wildlife can cause major damage to vehicles, not to mention the loss of wildlife. When in Birdsville, a good place to start is at the bakery. You can pick up the best bread and cakes, not to mention the pies, whether it be steak, rabbit, camel, crocodile, chicken. I think you get the drift. All washed down with a good coffee. Once you've finished at the bakery, wander over to the hotel, which is a very popular watering hole. When we were there, the Variety fundraising bash was passing through town, which brings in a big crowd. Electricity for the town is produced from the hot underground artesian bores, which operate the geothermal power station. As the water cools, it is then used to supply water to the town. There are a number of different theories as to how Birdsville got its name, but let's stick with the one that there was an abundance of bird life on the Billabong. The town comes alive every September when around 7,000 visitors come into Birdsville for the running of the Birdsville Cup. With a good betting ring and refreshments and a great lineup of horses, the betting becomes brisk. Most years the track is a dust bowl, but occasionally the race has to be cancelled due to rain.
Coming around the final bend, you have chewing gum sticking to the rail, closely followed by gum nut and cheesecake. 1 length further back is Eat My Dust salad bowl and pancake mix. Chewing gum has now dropped back from gum nut 1 length right in front. It is gum nut and chewing gum and gum nut. It's quickly needed to go with his gum nut and pancake mix, followed by chewing gum salad bowl and cheesecake with Eat My Dust taking up to the rear.
People come by all means of transport. Some fly in and camp under the wing of their aircraft, while others camp out in their tents and swags on the flats by the river. Meanwhile, back at the pub, the fun is just beginning and the crowds are gathering. This is called Not the Birdsville Cup, where you can bid to buy a horse attached to a fishing line and wind it home to the final finish line. Or you can try your luck at the wheelie bin races, but expect the odd crash or two. All money raised here goes to the Royal Flying Doctor Service. Across the paddock is the boxing tent for those that like to either have a go or those that like to be a spectator. So put this one on your bucket list to visit Birdsville sometime. But not in the summer where it's too hot.